Hello, this is the U.S. stocks and futures market preview and domestic economic data roadmap for the week beginning Monday the 12th and ending Friday the 16th of February 2018. A couple big things about this week. First of all, it's options expiration in February already. Second, we're heading into a 3-day weekend with the President's Day on the 19th, the following Monday, so markets will be closed then. So let's take a look at the indices. ES front month futures contract. This is the daily chart of the broad market and futures form. Nothing about this obviously looks pretty. And, we've given back at the lows, we had given back all the way into October of last year. We cracked these lows of the last 4 days here. We've got 2 days that hit about the same level, and we're in trouble. If not, maybe you've got a double bottom. But you really have to hold these levels. When you look at the NASDAQ side, not as pretty, really. We went lower on eight under the. I mean, we went under December and November here as well at the lows on Friday. Before recovering, I mean, to be fair, we did recover late Friday. But nothing about this chart looks good, and crashes, some of the bigger crashes, this is not a crash, this is at best a quick correction so far. Crashes always start out looking like quick corrections, so we're not here to catch the falling safe, we just trade the direction of the market. Here's a look at crude oil, down $2.10 right at 59.05. You know, the 13 sell signal was perfect there on the daily chart. Gold down $2.70. S&P cash index up 38.55. NASDAQ 100 ends up 106. Remember, again, it was down over that amount earlier in the day. So it was a pretty wild swing again in the markets. We had a great day, 5 for 5 on our stock trades to the downside, all of them on the short early. The afternoon was not as exciting to me. Stocks up 37.15. Biotech's up 28.57. The VIX loses back 440 after being above 40 again, back to 29.06, but it was above 40 for the second time. Remember, 40 is the extreme reading on the cash VIX. Trend closes at 0.58. That's a really low reading after a really high reading earlier in the week. Puts the 10-day moving average, though, at 1.28, which is not a surprise given what we see. This was the biggest volume day, although it was close to tied with a couple days back. 3.1 billion shares on the NASDAQ. It was Thursday and Wednesday that were the lighter volume days of the week. Advanced decline ratio, negative 130 on the NASDAQ, which puts the 10-day moving average at negative 240. On the New York plus 545, which puts the 10-day moving average, though, at negative 913, which is really low for that advanced decline ratio. Google finally gains back 38 points after getting crushed for the last week or so. Apple up $1.89. Amazon, excuse me, down $10.90. Again, that 13 sell signal right on the money there. And Amazon, one of the keys to the market here. If Amazon's topping out, we're going to have a hard time going anywhere. Netflix down 63 cents. Tesla down 481 and almost got to new lows for the last year. TLT, the 20-year bond ETF, down 75 cents. Goldman Sachs up 2.95, but again, it's down for the last week or so as well. And this thing, if you scroll back, hasn't really gone anywhere in almost a year. It's kind of just stuck. All right, let's take a look at the intra-week action. So we'll switch to 10-minute candles on the ES just to see what happened. So Monday, gap down, almost basically I filled the gap, rolled over pretty hard. Tried to bounce late in the day and then afterwards sold off. Tuesday, gap down, filled the gap quickly. Bounced around a bit during the day and rose and ended up back to just above even. Wednesday, in flat opening and a flat close. Thursday, flat opening and sold off. Friday, small gap up, but then we sold off to new lows for the week. And then, like I said, we bounced back a bit late in the session. If you look at the NASDAQ side, it's not much different. All right. So what do we have to look forward to in the week ahead? Let's go through the economic data, and then we'll just talk about the layout of the week, which is a little different in this case, just because there's so much going on. Monday, we got the federal budget balance at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Tuesday, NFIB small business index at 6. We got the CPI on Wednesday, along with retail sales, an hour before the bell. Business inventories 30 minutes in. Crude oil inventories an hour in. Thursday, PPI, Empire State Manufacturing Index and Philly Fed an hour before the bell. Capacity utilization, industrial production at 9:15 a.m. NAHB Housing Market Index 30 minutes in. Natty Gas an hour in. 4 p.m. at the close, tick long-term purchases. And then Friday, nothing that matters. Housing starts and building permits and import prices. And then preliminary University of Michigan sentiment at 30 minutes into the market. So the big stuff is really Thursday. The thing to remember here is it's options expiration week. Now, this is not a triple expiration. So it's just a single month expiration in February, which is a light month to begin with. So it may not mean that much, but if we're going to get unraveling, it would be Wednesday or Thursday. We'll look for it then. Friday should be dead because it's the expiration itself. But on top of that, Friday leads into that 3-day weekend, so most of the bigger players are going to head out early and call it a weekend or a week. So I expect Friday to be a bust. I don't think I'll be around in the afternoon. Charts, as usual, brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple weeks. Have a great trading week.